Alright, so, welcome to the third Patreon request for this, for today. And this one comes from Hunter Johnson. Most of you guys know Hunter's work from the, Stephen V. Dipper videos, that little trilogy that went on for a while. And today I'm going to be doing another one of his requests, and that is a crossover event between DC and Cartoon Network. Technically, it's Cartoon Network and Hanna-Barbera, but Hanna-Barbera, all of their stuff is under Cartoon Network. Also the vast majority of Hanna-Barbera did produce a lot of the cartoons for Cartoon Network. So it's a lot easier just to say DC Universe meets Cartoon Network, which has happened before. They're both under Warner Brothers. So it would stand to reason that, yeah, these crossovers do happen. But let's talk about like a full-on, like 100%, like straight-up crossover between the DC Universe and Cartoon Network. So this story begins in the source wall. Essentially, what's going on is that Aku is trying to reach out through the source wall because he knows that there is great power in the multiverse. Like, he's traveled long and far to get there. And it's not only just him, others have like all arrived at the source wall. Other villains like Vilgax and Mojo and him and all of them. And him is especially like, I know what's over that wall. Nothing good. We don't need it. Like, we don't need to go to break the source wall. It's nothing good. But unfortunately, Aku doesn't listen to anybody but Aku. So what happens is Aku reveals to the other villains that he has a plan. That plan was to bring the Anti-Monitor here to that universe. And the Anti-Monitor arrives, and Aku immediately attacks and possesses the Anti-Monitor, and becomes the Aku Monitor. So the Aku Monitor just cranks up his fist and just starts pounding on the source wall, causing ripples throughout the DC and Cartoon Network universes. He just starts wailing on this wall, and it's like sending shockwaves through the entire multiverse. It's literally just wrecking shit left and right. It's not looking good. And what happens is when the Aku Monitor destroys the source wall, it broke. Yeah, someone broke it again, pulling a Dark Knight's metal here. It just starts the universe, and how he broke it. It's a lot different from how it broke from Dark Knight's metal. In this. This whole thing was broken by just sheer the sheer dark energy and antimatter energy mixed with Aku's dark magic literally fractured it and caused the source wall on both sides to literally merge into one thing. And you may be thinking, well, what about Perpetua? Ignore Perpetua. This is something different. Different continuity. Let it go. So, because of the Aku Monitor's attack, for lack of a better word, what essentially happens next is that the walls, the ripple effect merges the Cartoon Network and DC Universe together. It fuses them together into one universe. And, oh boy, it merges, like, the DC Universe cities with theirs. Kind of like, and since we're having fun with this, I'm not, like, when I say Cartoon Network Universe, I mean, like, the Cartoon Network City from the early 2000s. You guys remember that? You guys remember Cartoon Network City? Yeah. Pepperidge Farm remembers. But, yeah. So, in this, the two universes have combined into one. And different characters are now existing alongside different DC superheroes. And they all have their own little fun adventures. Like Peach Creek is now part of the suburbs of Central City. So the Flash is running around with Ed, Edd, and Eddy, also there. You have Codename Kids Next Door. Now their treehouse is in the middle of Gotham Central Park, and they now get to hang out with the sidekicks, with the Batman sidekicks. So they get to hang out with Damian does count, like he is of the age to be a member of the Kids Next Door. Nightwing, not so much. Tim, probably not. Barbara, but yeah, Tim and John before, like, for sake of argument, like, this is a Jonathan Kent who isn't old enough. He hasn't reached that, he didn't have that massive age spike, is what I'm saying. This is before that huge age spike in the recent comics. So the Super Sons are with Codename Kids Next Door. You have Juniper Lee, who's hanging out with Zatanna and the Justice League Dark. You have Samurai Jack hanging out with, he's now, Samurai Jack, believe it or not, has been inducted into the Suicide Squad. Suicide Jack. Waller captured Samurai Jack and made him into a member of the new leader of Task Force X. Which has also got DC villains like Harley Quinn and Captain Boomerang and all them, but other villains like Fuzzy Lumpkins, and Also, like, you also have like Hanna-Barbera characters out there, like Space Ghost is now palling around with Green Lantern, kind of like that Green Lantern comic. You have Superman. Now you have Superman hanging out with the Galaxy Trio. All of this is... you also have Ben 10 out there, also out in the universe and fighting alongside the Teen Titans. You have Ben 10 alongside the Teen Titans. You've got all of this crazy shit going on. But, yeah, it stands to reason that no one wants this no one really wants this universe to be a thing, because everyone's kind of gathered around and been like, hey, so the longer this sticks around, the worse this is gonna be. Like, the worse this is gonna get. Like, this whole world merge thing is gonna rip it's gonna rip itself apart in a few more months, because this has been going on for the DC Universe and Cartoon Network City have literally been living together for 6 months. So they've got about 6 more months until the universe this new universe tears itself apart and drives, and literally just disintegrates both. So now they have to find a way to, separate the two worlds. They literally have to go and find a way to save the universe. But you may be asking, what happened to the Aku Monitor? What happened to the Aku Monitor? Well, what happened was, after that blowback of what happened, he's now been fused into the source wall. And you may be thinking, that's good. He's been absorbing the energy from the source wall and throughout the multiverse. That's bad. But he's stuck there. That's good. Darkseid's trying to pull him out. That's bad. So yeah, Darkseid is, of course, Darkseid would take an advantage of a situation like this, is trying to harness the energy from the now shattered source wall and also free the Aku Monitor, thinking he can finally now get the anti-life equation from this new universe. Because of course he would. So all the heroes, everyone just all unanimously unites to take on Darkseid and defeat the Aku Monitor by pulling Aku out of the Anti-Monitor. That's the only, the Monitor shows up along with Proton, and he's a Metron, not Proton, Metron, and he's like, hey, the only way you can save the universe is if you save the Anti-Monitor from Aku. And they're like, do we have to though? You have to. Fuck. Alright, fucking do it. Fuck's sake. So, yeah, that's what happens. Long story short, because this could run a while, they managed to fight Darkseid, stop him from using the Aku monitor's energy to gain the anti-life equation, and separate Aku from the anti-monitor. In doing so, the damage done is reversed, and the two universes separate, which like everyone remembers. Like everyone's like, oh man, that was weird. Like the Cartoon Network characters are like, that was pretty freaking weird. How do we get over that? And DC Universe is like, another Tuesday, man, another multiverse level crisis. It happens. Anyway, so there you go, guys. You guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this? Just comment below, let me know. And as always, if you would like to have a Patreon request done, just head on over, hit the link below to my Patreon in the link below, in the link in the description, I mean. And if you hit the 4th tier, that's the one that lets you send requests for me to do here on YouTube. And it also gives you the added bonus of getting all the access to all the exclusive videos over on Patreon. That's where the movie reviews are. That's where a lot of other videos are. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.